Scott from Alberta Boys Custom here. Here it comes, episode 4. About this line of work is I always get to learn something new. Something many Albertans know that I don't is welding. So as I took on this company, I also took on welding, and I just love doing it. So cool to have metal on metal fusion. It's so metal. You get to see some welding in on the 72, getting some floorboards welded in. I was happy to say it went really well. Okay, well, as we saw, Project 72 is turning into something a little bit different than we anticipated. We started ripping it open, we found rust here, we found rust there, and it seems like we're not finding an end to the rust. So we're gonna continue pulling her apart, see what's happening. We're fortunate enough that here at Alberta Boys, we have some fantastic clients. Stein is one of those guys, the owner of the 72. It's not the first time Stein's been in the shop. In fact, his family has all been in the shop. We've done work on his brother's truck. We restored a green second gen for his dad that was almost a frame off restoration, and just great people to deal with. There's some local dairy farmers, just some hardworking guys, and I wanted to give him the opportunity to come down here and talk a little bit about what we do together.
So I think we moved here from overseas in 1996, and then my dad bought his first truck, which is a regular cab long box 12 valve Cummins. At the time, it was just a pickup truck, but Dad had that truck we had it for 16 years. Dad sold it to a neighbor who wanted it, and then we ended up buying it back. So yeah, I've always had a love for trucks. I own way too many, as my mom would say, but I've always had a big love for the C10s, the 1967 and the 72. I found this truck on Kijiji when I was in college. I've been tinkering on it over the years, so I've just wanted to do it how I want to do it, and now I'm a little older. So putting a little bit of money into it and making it how I want it. I got a couple of shops to quote me to rebuild this 402. And a lot of these shops said, well, you need a 454 bottom end to really get some horsepower out of these motors. So I started pricing everything out. I mean, I'm on a little bit of a budget, like most people are. Then the one guy said to me, have you ever thought about doing an LS swap? I approached a company called Airdrie Hot Rods and Customs, and I was actually really impressed price-wise, the warranty behind it. It's a drop-in motor. There's motor mounts. Like these guys, they know what they're doing. At least they showed me. They do multiple of these vehicles per year.
We realized we're gonna go a different route. LS3. Parts are available. We can find everything that we need, and it just seems like a much better route to go. And it's not something that we do a heck of a lot of, but here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen, and then we're going to see if you can see we got a couple little mices that made this a home. And that's the heater core. So as heat was building in the truck, all the heat was blowing past those dead mice. Isn't that great?
Ooh.
That's why we don't have nice things, Justice.
I'm one of the journeymen here at Alberta Boys, sanding aficionado, and
With Oliver, every once in a while he surprises you. You get that like side insult or that thing that comes out of his mouth that you're like, what? Where did that come from? And I love it because it's unexpected and something that you just get out of left field.
it's always new and different working with Brad here. It's something new and exciting. We always rolls up the driveway every week for us to do.
Oliver, also being a journeyman auto body tech, he's really come in and joined in the role of figuring out how the custom world works. It's nothing that you get taught in the auto body game. You learn all the skill set, but you don't learn the tools to piece something together from brand new. And we really are seeing a team come together of people that are problem solving. Honestly, we were all really good at Lego as kids, so we're really good at just looking at something, dissecting it, putting it together and figuring out how are we gonna make this work? Because quite often we have people come in and go, hey, can you do this? There's nobody that shows you how to do it. And so we gotta think together. So as a team, we all join in. We have Christine, Danielle, Justice, myself, Oliver, and we look at a new problem and together we think of something and get the best results in how to do something together.
Working with Justice is a little weird some days. The guy is balls to the wall. In the time that I've been here, the team has changed. We've added new members. We've really grown well together, but some days I feel like I'm the only sane one around. I've been working in the trade for the past 10 years and 1 year at Alberta Boys. I own 3 vehicles myself and I'm always tinkering on those, so this job here at Alberta Boys seemed like a very good fit. Since the year that I've been here, the company has changed so much and it's exciting to see where it's going to go into the future. One of my main passions is fiberglass work, and you'll see that on the 2010 Tundra that we did up a while ago, pre-runner style. It was a very wicked build that the customer really loved.
I love it when people come in and say, we're going fully coated. We've taken the product that we innovated, body liner, and it's time to do it on this Tundra. It was the first Tundra actually we had in the shop to get our hands on, which is awesome. You know, the owner Valley, he came in and he goes, I want a pre-runner. Let's go with fiberglass front fenders, fiberglass box sides. And it was one of these things that I was like, okay, here we go. Again, something different, something new, and that's what we love to do. You know, once we started looking at how other guys are putting on fiberglass box sides, we realized that's not the way that we want to do it. We really want to brace this thing. We want to get it to fit good. And anybody that's ever tried to fit fiberglass panels, you know, they don't fit good. And so we got it in, started tearing into it, realized we're gonna have to stretch the box open, try and move some things around, cut the fenders actually apart to try to make them fit properly. But when we were done, Oliver nailed it, and it just turned out beautifully. The body lines fit good, the fenders fit good, the headlights fit good. Wait till you see this truck.
you even just talk about like why you do what you do, what made you get into it?
Paycheck.
Things we discovered really quickly when we started our shop is we really had the passion for it, but we really needed something more. We needed something to bring people something to be ours, for people to come to the shop and want one of our products without being a shop that offers 1,000,001 products. We wanted to be focused in our sector while also having something that was ours, and that's where we came up with the idea of body liner. We really wanted to offer something for those rig construction workers, but that they can also take home after, that looks nice.
We knew that we needed something that looked better. Here in Alberta, our vehicles just get beat. Every winter, we involuntarily sandblast them with all the gravels they throw on the road, and the chemicals they're throwing on the road are rusting them out. And honestly, bed liner just doesn't look good. It fades out, it doesn't wash good, and I wanted something different because I wanted my own truck to look good. And so, through innovation, through some local guys around here, we figured out how to take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and combine them all into one. We have the highest glass levels, the best washing, #1 sealed. It starts clear, so it's the right color all the way through. It's not just a top-coated product that looks good. And the washability is just, it's mind-blowing. Most people are just blown away by how it washes because it doesn't wash like a bed liner. With a strong oil field here, we knew we needed something with extreme petrochemical resistance. So we made sure when developing this product that gasolines, diesels don't stain the product. They won't change the nature of the product. It won't attract dust quicker and have extreme washability. So that way, if you spill diesel down the side of your truck, that spot isn't gonna forever attract dust quicker. And then we got into development. After we started spraying the product, I realized I want this to be smoother. I'd love to get it to look like paint. And we're now doing that. It's through a lot of labor and it's a lot of hard work to get it to look like that. We now have a product that is way stronger than any paint protection film you can put on your vehicle, and it looks just like paint. And that's our Ultra Smooth Body Liner. This truck from S&M Diesel come down, Shalina brought her in, and it had been the 3rd time she was about to repaint the box sides in a couple of years. She wanted something that looked like paint. She told me, Brad, I don't want bed liner, don't like the way it looks. So this is our Ultra Smooth Body Liner. You can see my reflection in it. It reflects just like paint, but way stronger than paint ever could be. It's 100% sealed. In fact, with a special system that we have, it's FDA approved, medically certified. So we even sprayed the inside of some of the medical marijuana facilities coming up here in Canada with our product because it washes so good, it's so sealed, it's medically certified. Dion is the creative genius behind the lens. The reason you see me. I won't forget shooting the first video together. That was a video of a truck called the Boar. We couldn't even make it far from the shop because it was so dang cold outside, and we didn't want the truck to get dirty. So we drive half a kilometer away from the shop, hit the first lease, and go up the road. We recorded a video, he gets it back to me, and when it came back to me, I knew we had something that I'd never seen before. And a relationship started that I couldn't even imagine where it was going at the point that we started. You know, we started with truck videos, and then one day Dion comes to me, and he's like, hey Brad, why don't we shoot a TV show? He has no idea what he did to me there.
I kind of would like to let the cat out of the bag that I really don't like trucks, and my journey to doing videos like this started with a couple of buddies of mine who had cameras, and I'd always really just enjoyed taking photos, and so I was like, hey, I should buy myself a camera. So it just started off with that, just for fun. We'd take trips out to the mountains and just take photos for a day, and eventually when it came to choosing a career path, it was something that I thought I could make a business out of.
When Dion and I first started shooting these videos, we went out very haphazardly. We'd finish up a truck, I'd call Dion the day before, he'd hop in the truck, and we get in the truck and we start driving, and he'd be like, okay, so where are we going? What are we doing? Because we'd have no clue, we just go out.
Basically, by working with Brad, I've gotten really good at flying at the seat of my pants. We just jump in the truck, have a vague idea of what we want, and we go out, and often we find it and find ourselves in places and situations that we would never have thought of.
A really cool story. We go out and we just did this fully coated truck, fully coated in body liner, flat deck, really cool Chev. And we were going in and around the hockey arena, trying to figure out, like, man, where are we gonna shoot? We were kind of parking this one area, and Dion looks at me and he goes, hey, I think the ice is off. And I was like, let's go inside, see if someone's gonna let us shoot in the arena. We go in, and lo and behold, somebody that I've known for years is sitting there. His boss isn't kicking around, and he calls his boss. His boss says, well, use your best judgment. Boom, we're in.
Pure speed, eh? Beautiful deke, and the speed coming down, and the goaltender did not have much of a chance.
Leafs lead 1-0. On the Leafs need a goal here from Tyler Hayne. Left-hand shot, picks it up at center, in on Chapman, waiting, loses the puck, and the Pontiac's winning streak is snapped at the sports complex. Curtis
Ladies and
Chapman,
gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Really cool build. The client came in not really knowing exactly kind of what he wanted to do, and through talking we figured out, okay, we're gonna really change this thing up. Fully coated, flat deck. Called up Gert's Wheels, asked him, hey man, let's get some cool rims and tires. So we got a super singles for the front, and we squeezed some 35, 12 and a half, doubled on the dualies in the back. So she sits real fat. We got some stands sticking out of the deck, and the truck just turned out awesome. Called up my man Robert at Evolution Motorsports, the headlight guy to go to. He opened them up, painted them, clear corners, closed them back up, and I tell you, it's hard to seal those things up, and Robert nails it. We fitted a few light bars into the grill, and honestly, just tried to trick out the truck. We went with a gloss black on the truck, flat black on the accents, put a lot of hardener in the product for the deck, so that way the deck is just tough. That way you can throw some stuff on her. She's not gonna mark up too bad, and it just turned out cherry. Okay, so we're gonna tear this sucker apart. We got to remove doors, fenders, bumpers, box sides, tailgate, the grill. So basically we're gonna tear everything apart. We don't have the rockers here yet, but we got just about everything else. So let's start with disassembly. Let's start with just taking off all the parts that are loose. So let's have a couple people hop on headlights, grill, and then maybe me and you, Oliver, will hop on bumpers and stuff like that. We'll start getting the bumpers off, and let's just start tearing this thing apart. Okay, well, let's grab some tools. Tessa is the original owner of this truck. So she knows exactly where it's been, what it's gone through. So she wanted to take the time and the money to make sure it was done up the way she wanted. We're going fully coated. We're gonna see different headlights, tail lights, replacing doors, replacing box sides, cutting out the rockers, replacing the rockers. You're gonna see a whole big change on this guy, and we can't wait to do it. As you see in the 72, once you start tearing something open, you realize you could have something you don't anticipate. On this 2006 Ram, the box sides on the truck were barely attached. The glue had all been falling off. Not a good sign, but we were replacing box sides anyways, so it wasn't a big deal. But now that we got her torn open, we realized the roof had been replaced at the same time, and it's delaminating. Well, there we have another episode of Alberta Boys TV. Thank you so much for joining us.